What's up, Pauper fam? Thomas chiming in from the editing booth to give you a couple quick notes before we get going with the episode. First off, I want to say a big thank you for your patience as this episode came out just a little bit late from the usual scheduled time. I got pretty caught up with work, and we have a move coming up this weekend, so I've been pretty busy, so appreciate your patience. Second note, we had so much fun on the episode this week chatting with Alex Nicewander, the organizer of the Pauper-oncini event up in Clinton, Wisconsin, that we totally spaced, shouting out another great Pauper event that the community is bringing to us. That's coming up this coming Saturday on June 21st. This is the Popping Off for Charity event brought to you by our friends in the upstate New York Pauper crew. This is an event to benefit the Trevor Project. It's on June 21st at 10:30 at the Game Cave in Rochester, New York. I thought it was interesting that Rochester also has a game cave. I don't think there's any relation, but it's a good name, so the more the merrier. It's $35 to play. Lunch is included. There's special prizing that you can check out on the Spice Rack link that is in the description. Looks like there's a bunch of sealed product that's going to get thrown in as well. If we hit certain thresholds of registered players. Calicais has thrown in that he's going to do a video of a deck of someone's choice. Like there's a lot of awesome prizes up for grabs. So it's going to be a great event. It's going to be good vibes and for a good cause. So if you're in the New York area and you want to play some Pauper this coming Saturday and you want to support a good cause, highly recommend checking out Popping Off for Charity with the upstate New York Pauper crew. Again, link is in the description. Without further ado, on to the show.
Do you have like a simple way of doing like the stream of thought?
Yes, I got you. So yes,
Fog.
it's for every 4 mana, that's 1 replicate, and then just add 1 mana to the end for the initial cast.
I'll beat him on that. So you
so just be like 4 times 3 is 12,
or you can just do
13. Okay.
The first initial, you pay for the spell, it's 4. Then every single mana after that is 1 card you're milling, as long as it's divisible by 4. So I can mill.
As soon as you added the division in there, that's
it makes it way easier.
It also depends on who you're asking. People's brains work different.
That's true.
Right.
So it doesn't work for my brain.
With James. For my brain, it's easier James's way. But you were saying the same thing in a different way.
It's just,
I pay for the spell. That's 4. Then I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4 mana.
That's 4 cards.
That's 4 cards.
Yeah.
Then 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Zoomers with this
13, 14,
new
15,
math.
16. We're just too smart. It's insane. God, we just roll.
Well, I just did the
I
math,
was literally
but with way less steps.
Right.
No, I'm just counting my mana. All I'm doing is counting. That's way easier. I'm not doing any math.
You literally just counted. You said divide that.
I'm not dividing by anything. All you do is count.
This is what I live with, Alex. This
No.
is what I edit out of the pod.
It's a lot of
No, but
friendly
all you
banter,
literally do
it
is
sounds
count.
like.
Because you pay for the spell.
All I know is I was playing it at locals, and I could either kill this guy with Crypt Rats on my turn or mill him out.
Crypt Rats.
And I said to myself, I have to do all this math. I'm going to kill myself. So I hope I get Crypt Rats.
That's funny. All right. I got to get out of here, though. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Common Ground Podcast. Your favorite podcast. We talk about your favorite format, Pauper. This is episode 80. I have returned back from the grave. They tried to kill me. I couldn't stay dead. Risen 3 days later. Happy Easter. I am your co-host, Cameron Schindler, joined as always by Thomas, Californian, Banana Republic, Gun.
It's clearly the shirt. I'm wearing a shirt with part of the California flag on it. It clearly says California Republic. There's no instance of Banana Republic on this shirt.
Oh, my bad. Also joined by...
Oh, I'm doing well, thanks.
Oh, yeah. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm fine.
Yeah. About to have a move.
Yeah, about to move on Sunday.
Is that
very
this?
excited.
Yeah, this Sunday.
Yeah,
Yep. We got a small army
across town. We do. I'm very excited.
Also joined by James Hippo Hieronymus. No nickname for you. I couldn't think of one.
Well, you said it.
Hippo? That's just your name.
Well, that's not technically my name. It's not my legal documented name.
That's how I was introduced to you.
That's how a lot of people are introduced to me.
That's true.
Also, except for Thomas.
Also joined by Alex Nicewander. Alex, my God!
Take it again.
I looked at it. God, you gaslit me.
He got it. What's up?
Alex Nicewander, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm
it's
doing
kind of
well.
crazy. I never realized that Cameron just kind of does it off the rip. I thought he definitely was just, had that scripted. No, he just rips it raw.
Yeah, we don't
Sure-
script
yeah.
anything.
He sure does.
We don't.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So we wanted to get you on for this week because you just ran a pretty decent size event up in Wisconsin area that had a pretty sick turnout, and we just wanted to get some vibes from that. Get your own tournament report from it, and just kind of give you the floor to talk about it. So just real quick, do you want to tell the people who you are, what you did, how you're here?
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
You don't got to start from birth or anything. You can.
Oh, I mean, I don't think you want to hear that, honestly.
Yeah, it's a dark time.
So,
Starts off that
my
way.
name is Alex Nicewander. I'm from the Rockford area. If you don't know where Rockford is, outside Chicago. And I hosted a Pauper tournament in Wisconsin, Clinton, Wisconsin, at Forever Forward Games. Really, I just started playing Pauper not too long ago. What really got me into it was this guy named Cameron Schindler, I believe, dumpstered me at CubeCon, and I had to prove a point that, I get my reps in and prove that I could beat him.
Is that you're gonna make it to the Common Ground Cup? Is that what that means? Wait, I won't even be playing in
Yeah,
that.
Dude, I would love to, but what is that, August 9th?
August 2nd. August 9th is the upstate New York
August
one.
2nd.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting them all
many
mixed up.
dates.
I would love to. Maybe put me down as a maybe. I would love to make it out
Let's
there.
go.
That's sick.
But let's see.
What was the name of your event again?
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you guys. How do you guys say? I guess in the Midwest it's pronounced peppercini.
Yeah, peppercini.
Peppercini.
Okay, everybody seems to be having an issue. I called it Pauper-oncini, but people keep calling it Pauper-oncini. So I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if it's just a Midwest thing that calls
Well,
it a
see, I'm
peppercini.
I'm from the Northeast, so I don't know these things.
Because like peppercini.
Okay.
I'm the one who says all the things for the tournaments.
I guess like I heard you say it, Thomas, and it never registered in my brain. I didn't realize it was a play on peppercini.
I assumed that that's what it was.
To be fair.
I just didn't say anything.
I didn't know it was a play on peppercini.
Yeah.
It definitely was. My girlfriend actually made up the name. I guess now fiance. She made up the name. It's
Ooh,
pretty
congrats!
sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we don't care about that, right? We care about others.
Who
So
cares about life?
I just wanted to start talk about how I started it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
go
So
for it.
Yeah.
a big thing for me is let me paint you an image. It's November, probably last year, probably right after CubeCon.
Mhm.
I hear that a local store, maybe 40-ish minutes away from me, is hosting Saturday Night Pauper Win-A-Box. I'm like, dude, $15, I'm in. I just started playing again. I convinced my friend to build a deck. He's playing Demir Terror. Super fun. We're having a blast riding up there. We get there, nobody's there. It's only me and him.
Aw.
So we sit there and we play for an hour amongst ourselves. We're like, all right, nobody's showing up. Come out the next week. Maybe one extra guy's there. Still nobody's showing up, but we play with the extra guy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to build a battle box in my backpack and just tell people to show up and we'll just play. All you got to bring is the $15 to jam games. So I got a bunch of friends that come out the next week. We get and when I say bunch, I mean 4 or 5. So, we're almost at the 8 limit of firing, right? So then, that keeps going. I start telling people, I'm like, hey, you should just come play. We're mainly just playing for fun. We're not really cutthroat or anything, oh, if you miss, but let's be real here. We're really just trying to play for fun and just get some reps in a format that isn't drowning people in money, right?
And growing that community too. You're
Right,
you really
yeah,
started from
exactly.
you and your buddy, like you said, it was just two of you.
Right, yeah. And he's literally the one that taught me Magic. And so, we've been playing for 10 years together. So it's pretty nice to be able to hang out with him too, just
Mhm.
After high school and stuff, we get to hang out now for fun.
I get that. It's you could play with your buddy whenever. We play pickup games all the time between us, but there's something different about just being in an LGS and even just the slightest reason to care or try a little bit harder for some reason it just hits different when you can get paired against a stranger too. I feel like that's something really special about the game.
Yeah, I really agree with. And also, you know, with me and my buddy, since he's the one that taught me, it's always kind of a grudge match whenever we're playing. You know, it's. I think I lock in 1,000 times more when I'm playing him than anybody else.
That's very fair. No, I get that.
And then so let's say fast forward to like maybe like February. You know, we started getting consistent turnouts. Like we started getting like 12 to 15 to 16 people showing up, and I'm like, man, maybe we just try and run an event, because I saw Mitch, the upstate New York guy, had that huge turnout for his tournament. I'm like, nobody is hosting Pauper tournaments in the Midwest that I know of. And I'm like, let's just see what happens. You know, I talked to the game store owner, and he's like, I would love to do that. Let's try it. So that's when I basically reach out to Mitch and I just start talking to him. So I want to do a quick shout out. Like, he's really the one that helped me out a lot in this. And, you know, if anybody has questions, he's a great guy to ask, because he answered everything, and even did like an hour-long phone call, I think, with me just to answer my questions.
Super sick.
No, that's very kind of
Awesome.
him. That's really sick. Yeah. So were you pretty locked in on that LGS of like hosting it there?
This is weird to say, but I used to have an LGS where I would host Pauper before this.
Mm-hmm.
And we would do it on Sundays. And I'll just say this place is very well known for Commander. And that's nothing wrong with Commander. There's nothing wrong with that. I started playing Magic as Commander, so I have no problem with it. But the problem is I was like, hey, I'm going to start doing these Pauper events. We were getting like 8 people, so we were firing, right? And then they started scheduling Commander over my Pauper event. I'd be like, hey, you know, you're getting people to drop out of my Pauper event to go play Commander, which granted is their choice, but it's like you're taking away from what I'm trying to build here. And then they plan another thing on top of it, and then I just dropped the whole thing in total, because I was like, there's no point if your guys aren't going to help me either, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. Hippo is giggling because that sounds like something similar that we've all experienced before, where it's like we want to try to grow different formats on LGS, and it's just like Commander is by far the most popular and like the most in demand thing, which is like, I get it. It's okay if that's what like people want to play. It's like, we're not going to be like, no, trust me, this format's really fun. You have to play this. But it is a little frustrating when you see like, oh, the Commander event's getting like 32 people just showing up on a Wednesday, and it's like, damn, I'm struggling to get 6 on a weekend or whatever. So I feel you there.
Unironically, they get 40 people for a Commander event on Friday.
Yeah. Sounds
Like,
about like our LGS.
Yeah,
I was like, that's rough, dude.
Yeah.
And then they asked me to try and, like, you know, after I build this tournament, they asked me, they're like, hey, you want to try and build something here? And like, I've already tried. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Yeah. So you've been playing at this LGS like since the Winna boxes, so you kind of got a little repertoire with the owner there. So you just approached him and said, hey, I want to like do a 1K.
I think the word you're looking for is rapport.
Rapport is
I was like,
the word.
repertoire is a catalog of things that you can do.
So you got a repertoire with the owner. And so you just go up to him, and was it like that easy? Or it's like, hey, I want to run this event here. So you like, I guess for like those listening that want to do something similar, Alex, like it started out with you and your friend went there and you built the battle box, you recruited more and more people, and you built like that scene up a little bit. And then you showed the owner that, hey, this is something that I built, and I bet we can get people to like come out here and participate this if we put a big number in front of it and some good advertisement.
Yeah, so like the owner was like 100% for this. Like, I think even when we had 8 people, he would have been like, hell yes, let's do this, man. This sounds awesome. And there's another dude that works there. Nikita actually ended up being our judge, and he's also a great guy. And he was like, yes, I want more tournaments at the store, as big as we can get, as many people as we can get, as best pricing as we can do. So that was kind of the plan.
Nice.
No, that's really dope. So did that. Your fiance made the sick name, which I also misunderstood it, which I'm disappointed in myself because I know what a pepperoncini is, but I failed my Midwest friends.
That's like people trying to say Worcester. And the 9
I can't
million
even say
different
that.
ways that people say that word.
Which is funny because then in Massachusetts it's just Worcester.
Yeah, I know.
Worcester.
Because I got told off by someone who's from there.
Yeah.
About that. Like,
Worcester.
they're like Worcester, and I'm like
Worcester.
I'm like, you're forgetting like 9 letters in this word. What are you doing?
Gloucester. No.
That's too funny. And so where'd you go from there? I guess you had the conversations with Mitch. You said you got some really good info out of there. Was it just a matter of like advertisement and spreading the word? Because you said is the actual LGS pretty close to Chicago?
No, actually,
Okay.
So we have a couple guys from, I don't know if you guys know the Dive Down podcast.
Yeah.
We've
cube
drafted with them actually.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, I'm jealous. I haven't even met him in person yet, and I really want to. So I reached out to one of them to broadcast on their podcast, like I reached out to you guys. So yeah, a lot of it was like just kind of like, I don't know, networking out to other people and saying, hey, can you tell your community about this? Because I know people from Chicago will drive 2 hours to play in a Magic event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Rockford. I drove, I think, 4 hours to a Magic event. I'm willing to do that. I'm sure somebody from Chicago or Madison is willing to do that.
For sure.
After setting all that up, kind of just like reached out to people to make a poster. I reached out to, I'm sorry, I'm spacing their name right now, but somebody over in UK did like a sick poster for us. It was super awesome. And I reached out to an artist to make these sneaky snackers. We had some issues with that came up. So it ended up actually just being like basically proxies of the sneaky snacker. So sadly they weren't tournament legal, but you know, everybody got a playset of them. And then we ended up raffling off a bunch of stuff while we were there. And then first place got a signed playset of Mark Teaton Ponders.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I believe second place got 4 foil Japanese lightning bolts.
Sick.
And my one of my friends also made a playset of Writhing Chrysalis with full border, which was really sick.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's just kind of like reaching out to everybody and just seeing if things work. You know, like normally I don't go out and talk to people, so it's kind of weird for me to just send people DMs being like, "Hey, I'm making a Magic tournament. Would you make something for me? I'll pay you."
Yeah, it takes a lot. You gotta like put yourself out there, and there's like definitely like that vulnerability because the fear of rejection is scary. But at the end of it, it's like we all Pauper's its own very niche thing inside an already niche hobby, and even like different niches inside the hobby. Like you reached out to like you said the Dive Down who like never talks about Pauper, so it's like but they were just it sounded like they were happy to help you out there.
Yeah, it was really sick that they were willing to help me out. And then I think I even talked to Cali Kais and he was able to help me out too.
Oh yeah, he will gladly shout that out for sure.
Yep, Jake's good people.
Yeah, Jake is very good people. So that's really cool, man. That it just makes me really excited for the second Common Ground Cup too, because I love these grassroots things that are popping up, and I really hope that we can start like showing up to more of these and just like showing our support for people putting in a lot of effort to the community. Mm-hmm. So the upstate New York might be a little hard one to get up to, but
I'm thinking about putting in some time off for it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
I'll sleep in my car.
Yeah, I don't care.
I was going to say, next one we host, we're planning on doing another one. You guys better show up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's just a day trip for us. It's really not that bad.
No, I'm kidding. You just don't have to show up if you don't. I know it's quite a drive.
It's nothing. It's nothing for me.
How far of a drive is that?
It's like 9-ish
day?
hours.
That's not a day
It's
drive.
just a day drive.
That's a day drive.
Oh,
so
okay.
I've drove to Nashville, and it was about like 8 hours?
Yeah, from Chicago.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That is.
It's not that bad at all.
It's not that bad.
No, it ain't bad at
As
all.
long as I don't have to go through Chicago.
Well,
Oh, Hippo loves driving in Chicago.
Oh my good God.
you can go kind of around.
Good.
Kind of.
You can.
Kind of.
I saw Hippo have a little mental breakdown when we were in. Was that MagicCon? Chicago that we went to? Yeah, Hippo had a little mental breakdown.
I did have a mental breakdown. Kind of.
Okay. Can I say it? MagicCon Chicago. That was a nightmare. I'm sorry.
It was.
So much so that we didn't go back this year.
Yeah, dude. Like I think I brought my friends for the first Magic Con. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent,
No,
but
that's
like
good.
we
You're
went
here.
there and we literally couldn't find seating to just sit down and cube. It was so frustrating.
We had to move our cube like several times. We because do it like was it Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Sunday. We tried to like Jun-tube route. We got moved like I don't know 3 or 4 times, and then we had to cube and we had to move again.
Yeah.
Also, trying to fire a Pauper side event was like an actual nightmare. I think I waited 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, from the time I asked. From the time I
also
asked you
waited
for your
3 hours. I might have been sitting there right there with you, Hippo, because we were also waiting 3 hours for a Pauper side event.
Yeah,
That's
like,
crazy. We could have all met
It was
and never
awful.
knew, too.
yeah, but
It's kinda
I
funny.
also walked up to the counter and I was like, I would like to purchase tickets to enter your events, and they're like, we're not going to sell them to you. And I'm like, what in the actual hell are you doing? Why are you
That was
denying my
crazy.
money?
they ended up letting. You were mad about the cap of people. I think they let in too many people, and because otherwise, if you let,
I think
imagine
they
letting
did.
in more people.
I also I have so many gripes that I've not even said out loud about these events.
Yeah, I want to hear about the tournament.
Yeah, please do that. So I don't go off on a
Sorry.
tangent of my own.
No, it's all good.
Magic Con Chicago tournament?
So no.
The
So I was there for that one, for multiple of them. The one I did the best in was the cube we did with the dive down though. Lost the super trophy.
You also lost to me in the Jun-tube route.
I did that as well. So Alex, you put in all this work, all this effort. It gets rewarded with a bunch of people signing up. You hit capacity. There were a few other folks that are also in our Common Ground Discord that also were in attendance, which is super cool to see.
That was super sick.
So like you get there, like the first couple rounds, like what are the vibes? How are you getting there nice and early just to make sure everything's good to go?
How many people?
Yeah, how many people ended up total being there? Like give us like a vibe check, like kind of like walk us through like the first few hours in the morning.
Okay, so this is perfect. I'm getting there early. I'm getting there like an hour before it starts. My friend Anthony, great dude. I get to pick him up on the way because he's basically on the way, and he's one of the guys that like started playing with us because I have the battle box, so I know he's on Affinity, and he's like, "Oh, dude, did you put the extra Nile spell bomb in? Please tell me you put it in, please." And I'm like, "All right, I already know this is gonna be a great day," because he's excited, you know.
Yeah.
So we show up. Nikita, the judge, is already there. He's got the door open and everything since he works there. And I have like this whole checklist of people that have paid. And I am sitting there with our Pauper-oncini tokens and the sneaky snackers. And I am just sitting there checking people's names off. And like one after another, I see another face come in that I know, from the community. And I'm like, "Oh, how's it going? Like, I haven't seen you in a while. You've just recently had a kid." And I'm just like checking him off, checking all my buddies off. And then it's like, I get these people from the dive down coming in, saying, "Oh, we heard about your podcast or heard about the event on the dive down." And I'm like, "Sweet, dude." Because I'm manually asking everybody when they come in. I'm like, "How'd you hear about this?"
It's cool.
If I'm doing
Good
another
question.
one of these, I want to know how you heard about it.
Yeah. Really good question.
That's a good question.
We're stealing that.
You should. It was very helpful. Apparently, Reddit's really good. I guess I didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the one thing I've like never used in my life.
Don't. I had my friend do it.
Yeah, I need to make a post for energy still.
So, I'm signing these people in, and then everybody's, giving me their deck lists and all things like that. And it seems like everybody's here to have a good time for the most part. I don't think I've met anybody that seemed upset or was having a rough time, or was like, "This was a pain to get here. I don't have my deck list. I need a deck sheet, or I submitted it online. It's not working." So it seemed like everybody was having a good time, and I've actually talked to a lot of these people before they came because I got a lot of calls. So we were originally capped at 40,
Okay.
but I had like 10 phone calls, I think, that came in that were like, "Hey, sorry, I signed up late. Could you open it up to like 5 more people? Because I know 5 more people that want to come." And I'm like, "Let me talk to the store owner. I don't want to go over capacity. I don't know what the limits are." So I call him, he says, yeah, it's fine. So I end up calling like all these people back, and I'm like, yeah, if you're on the wait list, you are first to go. So get on the wait list. So we end up getting like 5 more people in. So we go up to 45, 46.
Okay, that's sick.
And yeah, it was a chill vibe. Like, I think everybody was pretty happy to just have a Pauper event in the Midwest that was close to Chicago, close to Madison.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of different crowds to pull from too.
Yeah.
So were you kind of like the city itself or the LGS? Is it between Madison and Chicago and like south or north?
So it's like, hold on, I never eat soggy waffles. So it's northwest of Chicago. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It works.
Incredible.
And it's southeast from Madison. It's about 2 hours northwest from Chicago, southeast from Madison, about 40 minutes, and then like where I'm from, Rockford, it's like north 40 minutes.
Great.
Right, so it's not too bad. So I'm pulling from a lot of different demographics, so it's really nice.
No, that is really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
nice and convenient. So how does the metagame of the tournament start to shake out? So I don't know how much you may have been able to get to, like, because you were also playing in the event. I guess we should ask what you were also decided to play yourself, and then just kind of how the metagame kind of shook out as you went along. I know you said you had a couple fun brew deck lists to share as well, so I'm curious to hear about those before we get into the top 8 a little bit down the line.
Yeah, so I don't have all the decks fully like fledged out yet. I got a lot of stuff also on my plate that I'm doing on the side. I don't have everything done, but I can give you a general idea. Madness Burn was a big deck, but was really towards the bottom. Not a lot of Madness Burn at the top. I have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 decks that were Madness Burn or close to it, Pinger Burn. I'm gonna kind of merge them together, that were at least below 20th.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
So I don't know if people were prepped for it. I know for me personally, I prepped really hard for Burn because I felt like it was really prevalent right now, and it's the easiest deck to put together.
It's especially easy for people who like don't have a grasp of the format, and it's just something they can pick up and play.
And if you go search on
Right, yeah, you don't have to
metagame,
think
it's
too
up
hard.
there.
You just say, I put Bolt Face, not too hard.
Yeah.
But there's also, I think there's like 4 or 5 players on Dimir Terror, or not Dimir Terror, Terror itself. 3 players on Panza, 2 on Dredge, 3 on Jeskai Ephemerate,
Okay.
3 High Tides, which we'll have to get into later.
Yes.
Yeah. We will dive into that.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
We'll dive into that.
And then a couple Elves players, and then I can start getting into some of the spicy decks that I really
what were
like.
some of the spiciest things
Yeah,
you've seen?
hit us with some
Okay,
spice.
The spiciest things. All right. So I actually know all these people that played these decks, so that's really exciting. So my friend Tony is on this deck that he calls Wildfire Cringe Rats. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Granger Guildmage.
No.
Granger Guildmage?
Yeah, or Shadow Guildmage.
Are these from original Ravnica block?
I can't tell you off the top of my head. The first time I played against this deck, I wanted to die, though. I'll tell you that.
If they're guild mages, I would assume that they're from the original.
Or are they the 3-color ones? Are they the ones where they're single color and they have 2 different activated abilities
you might
from
be
like,
right.
From
like
Mirage.
from like an older card?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they get to ping stuff. They get to ping whatever they want.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you
So-
care if I read out
so-
Granger Guildmage real quick?
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, it's green for Summon Wizard, 1/1. You can pay a white, tap it. Target creature gains first strike until end of turn. You can pay a red and tap it. It deals 1 damage to target creature or player and 1 damage to you.
Interesting.
From Mirage block.
Fascinating.
So just as a frame of reference, my friend built this deck to be a control deck. So I'll just read you some of the cards that he's playing in his list. Unexpected Fangs.
Okay.
That tracks.
Hunter's Blowgun.
That
Yep.
also
Yep.
tracks.
Yep.
4 Crip Rats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
And So this is kind of stuff he's doing, and I remember I played against this list while he was playing. While I was trying to practice walls combo. And I think it was literally the worst day of my entire life.
Yeah, because that deck just says every creature in existence is dead.
Yeah, it was awful. it was the bane of my existence. So that's why I didn't play walls for this tournament.
So it's just he made that just to beat up on creature based decks. Like whatever the whole card clan shaman combo stuff is good at, this sounds like it's equally as good at ruining their day too.
I think he just built it because he thought it was cool. And I was like, I respect that. That's dope. I never really asked him why he built it, so I'll have to get back to him on that.
Yeah.
All right, and then I got another one for you here. And I think Tony went 1-3. So not the greatest, but it's spicy.
Hey, it's
As long
first
as he
time
was
in a
having a
while.
good time.
Yeah, I think he had a good time. He told me that he lost 2 in a row and then beat somebody and then dropped. And I'm like, wow, you really just beat that guy and dropped. I respect that. It's like a little toxic, but I respect it.
That's pretty sick.
Respectable.
And then the next spicy list I have here is from my buddy's friend. He's playing 21 Heir Apparent.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
He told me he killed somebody on turn 4 with this deck.
Whoa.
I don't know how.
Powerful.
I asked him, I said, how did you kill them? And he just said, ephemerate. And I said, all right.
Okay.
Sweet.
That's pretty funny.
I said, say less. And then we were talking at like halfway in between the tournament. I said, you ever consider playing red for impact tremors? And he said, oh, I got a great idea. And I said, all right, you cook, brother. You let me know how it goes.
That's funny. That's pretty sick.
And then the last one that I have here is persistent petitioners.
Oh, let's go.
This is a heat one too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny. I was talking earlier. Anthony actually played against this guy, Steven, and he was telling me the entire match. He's like, dude, I don't know what the guy is doing. And then he saw I can't say this. Persistent petitioners come out. And then he got milled for 24 and then lost on his next turn.
Incredible.
That's really sick.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
He's like, that was the coolest thing that I think that's ever happened to me because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm like, that's awesome.
Was it playing like changelings and stuff too, like the changeling creatures?
Yeah, so he's playing like 4 Mask Vandal, 4 Glistenings here because it's an advisor.
I
You
think
can play Pawn Prophets.
LSV actually played this list like a week or two ago
on a YouTube video.
For a YouTube video of his. Yeah.
Yep.
For Pauper too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's been playing Pauper.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's played High Tide and he's played
And Ponza.
And Ponza. He's played 3 different things.
Yeah, classic Bonza.
No, that's a spicy list. How did they end up doing?
I believe 1-3, so not great. But hey, he had fun.
Yeah,
He said he got to mill somebody out on really fast, so I was like, that's dope.
that's sick. What did you end up on for the tournament then?
I went for fairies. My friend actually made me custom sleeves of my cat.
Oh,
Wonderful.
And I sleeved fairies up with it. And I'm like, there's no way I'm not bringing Garfield to the tournament, you know?
Love it.
was it mono blue? Was it Demir's or like blue red?
Yeah, it was just mono blue. I wanted to play mono blue because I wanted to rely. I have 4 Hydro Blasts and 2 Blue Elemental Blasts in the sideboard because I was really teching for Terror.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's
And it sounds like that was a wise decision given how the metagame shook out. So, good call.
Right. I only played Burn once, which was upsetting, but hey, at least I got my one in,
there you
right?
go.
it sounded like a very, very diverse room, like which you see in a lot of like bigger Pauper tournaments. It's just, especially in paper, it's just the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
We'll get into like a little more standings later, I imagine, but like it was very diverse.
Any notable matchups for your tournament run? How did you end up doing?
So like I said, I played against Burn round 1. Ended up I played the matchup like the other night, and I realized that all you do is counter. All right, sorry, Burn. I played against Madness, and I learned against Madness, all you do is counter the card draw spells. You don't really care about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
So I followed that routine, and my opponent was super nice. We actually played a friendly afterwards, and they taught me that Highway is not an additional cost to discard a card.
Correct.
Because I asked for them to discard a card, and they said, okay, so it resolves. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess it does. So that was fun. I'm just running through these real quick. I played against Terror. I was super teched for this matchup. I didn't draw anything for it. They played Terror on turn 4, and they played 2 on turn 4 against my 1/1s, and I was like, okay, this game's a wash. And then game 2, I was able to slowly get them down, but then they slammed 2 Terrors back to back, and I had to bind the monster, so I ended up killing myself with the bind the monster because I thought it'd be funny.
that's fair. Yeah, that's the Terror game plan. Just gotta hang in there, and once you can slam 2 or 3 down, turn the corner that way.
Yeah, so that matchup was fun for the most part, but I got smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Then I played against Tron. I guess it was like Tron Flicker Tron or something like that. Game 1, they got the breath weapon before I could get a response. Lost. Games 2 and 3, I held up Hydroblast for every breath weapon and a Dispel. Got there. It's pretty much the rundown of that one.
So it sounds like Flickertron.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, one notable thing I just remember is watching them tap out for mystical teaching and then dispelling it and then having to flash it back and just countering it again. It's probably not the best play, but if they're tapping out for it, I'm taking it.
Yeah, that's big mana advantage for you, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that was Tron. And then I got against, I'll name drop this guy because he was very nice. Seth Anderson Lynn. He was great. His brother was also there. I believe his brother actually flew out for Father's Day, but realized that this Pauper tournament was going on. His name's Garrett Anderson Lynn. Hopefully they don't care I'm dropping him. If not, just remove it. But these guys were great. They're awesome. They're 2 brothers and they were super nice. My game against Seth, he is playing Walls. Like I said, I thought about playing Walls for this tournament. I've never played Walls to the degree this man was playing Walls. It was insane. Like, I was like, this is a guy that has his reps and knows what he's doing. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, counterspell your Axebane Guardian. Maybe counterspell Freed from the Real. I didn't really know what the right move was. I'm not the best player. I try my best.
Yeah, so, that one's tricky because I feel like hitting the either of the 2 combo pieces is pretty good, like the Freed from the Real or the whatever the Soul Bond one is, just because they have
Galvanic Alchemist.
They have less of those, and they do Axebane Guardians. They only play 2 of that side of the combo piece.
But they do play Reaping the Graves, which is annoying.
Yes, that's the hard part. Reaping the Graves.
Yep.
Fun fact: that's the card I lost to.
Yeah,
crazy.
Because
that doesn't surprise me. The card's very strong.
That makes sense if you're playing the control game and they can just instep buy it all back once you're kind of running out of fuel.
Yeah, so I played against him and it was close. Game 2, he destroyed me game 1, and then I tapped out game 2 because I didn't think he could combo. I was wrong. He got there and murked me. So I learned that I should probably never tap out against walls. And then I ended up playing against Mono Red Goblins. We actually had 2 people on Mono Red Goblins, and I love this deck. This deck is very cool. I have some notes about this one. First of all, it was a friendly fire, so that sucks. Sorry, Chris. Do you guys know what the Goblins lists are or anything like that?
Our friend Derek played it. Was it last month? Or in April?
Maybe.
It was in April because it was the month that was.
There's a couple different ways to go about it, but
like the 4 Goblin Grenades, maybe 1 or 2 Fire Blasts, and then just Mog Flunkies and all the other fun goblins.
And like all the 2/1s for 1.
Sounds like this is something Fire different. Blast, but Spark Smiths and stuff like that. Yeah. It sounds like you guys got a general idea.
It's an even older one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So yeah, there's some friendly fire here. He curved out really hard. Game 1, I slowly stabilize with Brine Barrow Intruders. I end up blocking and trading with some things. He ends up bolting something, so I lose value on the trades, etc., etc. Get down to the last couple turns. I draw Bind the Monster. I have a Spell Stutter Sprite, and I believe a Fairy Seer, maybe a Brine Barrow in play. He has 3 Goblins in play, so I can easily trade into his creatures, and he has 0 cards in hand. So he's super ahead on board. I have stuff to interact. I pass to his turn. He draws a card. He swings in. I flash in the Brine Barrow, go for a trade. He ends up bolting one of my things. We end up trading everything away. However, he's left with a Foundry Street Denizen, right? And I have no creatures in play because all the trades and everything that went on. Pass to my turn, I draw another Brine Barrow, and I have Sleep of the Dead. And my only thought is, what do I die to? And the only thing I die to is either Bushwhacker on top or Goblin Grenade.
Yep.
So I went for the Bushwhacker play. I was just hoping to draw Goblin Grenade because I have them at like 3 or 4 at this time. So I'm trying to get there and just kill him before I die. So I end up going for Bind the Monster on the Foundry Street Denizen, going to 1 life, and I'm like basically just praying he doesn't draw anything. I got lucky. He ended up not drawing anything. Closed it out.
But those are fun matches like that. I like that.
They are, yeah. And then game 2, I think I drew 4 of my 6 Hydroblasts. So
and
that's
pretty GGs from there.
yeah.
I played a little bit of the Goblins. Let's just pick up games with a couple of my buddies, and I felt like it had like these really explosive starts, but having no the list I was playing didn't play any like Rinse Resolve effects. So like once you're out, you are very much at the mercy of your library, which isn't my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I think that's how his list is too. But I will say for locals, he dominates with it. So I feel like it could have swung either way.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to one of the final matches for me. Is against Dimir Terror. As I told you guys earlier, my friend Ben plays Dimir Terror, and we realize that we are the game to get into top 8. Whoever wins gets there.
Nice.
So the guy that taught me how to play Magic is now a sudden death match to see who will get there.
That's fun.
That is kind of fun.
It is fun, but
Really
I was
cool
so
moment.
sad because I didn't want it to happen this way, you know?
Right, but you still get this moment. It's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, so he's like 4-1 and I'm 3-2, I believe.
Ooh, okay.
So I was telling him, I was like, "Oh, dude, you can just draw. You'll get there." And then I see the pairings, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, buddy, I'm not drawing. I'll tell you that much right now."
Yeah.
But
been there a couple times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so we end up playing it out. He gets me game 1. I couldn't tempo him out fast enough. Game 2, I don't know what his hand was, but I ended up getting there. I counterspelled a Suffocating Fumes that I think basically got me the game. And then game 3 is where it's the real nail biter. He gets me down to, I think, 5 or 6 with me binding the monster some stuff and maybe doing Unable to Scream on a Murmuring Mystic. I know that's frowned upon for fairy players to play that, but I thought about the burn match and I thought it wasn't bad.
What also turns it off, like Unable to Scream as opposed to Bind the Monsters, like it shuts the Murmuring Mystic off from having any ability. So in this instance, it's actually quite
Pretty good. Yeah.
Right, so that's why I brought it in, because I was like, well, if he plays Murmuring Mystic like he did game 1, that solidified the game, at least I get to turn it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That
That's the card that really slams the door for fairies. Yeah.
Yeah. If it resolves it, it's pretty over.
So we play it out. He gets me down to 6. I get him down to like 5. I have what's this card called? Hopeful Strix or Harrier Strix, I believe, in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And a Spell Stutter in hand. 2 ninjas in play. And 3 1 mana dudes. And he has 2 blockers. He taps out on the end of his turn. So I am like very confident that I can get there. So I flash out Spell Stutter Sprite to get the extra 1 damage in. And I untap and I say, okay, Ben, before I play this card, let's check percentages, right? Because there's a bunch of people that are going to go 4-2. And I don't want to take away take away top 8 from you for me to just not even get in.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're like, right, like I feel like at most people, if you're playing against your friend and you know that you're not solidified for top 8, you probably just give it to them. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I think that's general etiquette within like a friend group or a Magic team. I think that's generally the vibe, but it it depends on the situation. It depends
Even
on
strangers
individual
if you like them.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
But
Right.
at the end of the day, you can never get mad at somebody because they had scooped you when they beat you too. So-
Right.
He's entitled.
Yep.
Exactly.
So we checked the percentages. Seth and Garrett are sitting next to us, and they obviously know the answer to our percentages of who will get top 8, but they will not tell us because, outside source. I say, I think I can get there, Ben. I think I'm going to kill you. So, I resolve Harrier Strix, swing in and attack, and, he says, GG, hits me with the knuckle bump, and then we end up checking the percentages, and yeah, I get there. So I'm sealed in for top 8.
All right.
It was a setup. He top 8'd his own tournament.
Let's go.
Here's a setup.
Yeah, it was. It totally was. I was up studying the deck list the night before, I swear.
Yeah.
So we get into top 8. They asked for a break. I think everybody is like, let's just play it out. We split $800 between all of us.
Oh,
Okay.
that's sick. Heck yeah.
And then there's also, the other prizes. If you get first, you get the ponders and things like that.
But split the
So-
cash.
Yeah, exactly. And some guys said they wanted to play for pride, and I said, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I'll just run over this last match real quick and some of the top 8. I end up playing against my Walls opponent again, Seth.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same thing he did to me originally. He ran me over, but was very polite about it, so it was great.
we love that.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's beat me 4-0 today. I don't know how to play fairies against this deck, I guess. But he ended up going on to actually win it all. So Walls actually got first in our tournament.
So what
Sick.
was the top 8? Do you have the entire top 8?
I do have the entire top 8. So I have Seth in first with Walls, Nathan B, who was my terror opponent, that got second.
Mm-hmm.
So Stephen M on High Tide. Justin Pierce was also on High Tide in 4th place. Dan J, member of the Dive Down, was in 5th place with Madness Burn. Garrett, Seth's brother, also in 6th with High Tide. And then Caleb B, 7th with Fangrian Marauder Tron. So he just ate up all the bird players.
Is that Bobbletron list?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I think.
Spoiler alert, that may or may not have been what I played for this month.
Nice. Yeah, I remember sitting next to him and watching him gain 20 life against a burn player.
Yep.
The life leave
So
their
that was
eyes.
fun. And then me on fairies.
Oh, sick. So that's how many high tides? That 4?
Three.
High
3.
tides.
I can't count.
That
Three out of the
Sounds-
top 8.
abysmal.
Did top 8 go by pretty quick? Because untimed rounds, right?
Oh, I think after our round, I think everybody just kind of agreed on what they wanted out of all the promos and stuff like that were given out. So everybody just agreed on what they wanted, and they took them. And then Seth and a High Tide player played it out for first,
Oh, that's really funny.
and Seth ended up getting it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sick.
that's funny. You wanted that. So did play out the whole top 8. It was pretty chill about splitting stuff. Sound like just a couple matches play out.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah,
So
it-
again, good
it
vibe.
was really like
tournament.
everybody was. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're ready to just hang out.
Yeah, that's fair. Because is that 5 rounds cut the top 8?
6.
6 rounds.
Six
6
rounds.
It was 6
Yeah, that was
rounds.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
32, it's 6 rounds.
Yeah, so that's it's a long day, and I get that people at the end of it are like, yeah, I'm cool with splitting and hanging on after that. Overall, were you happy with your deck choice?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was prepped for Madness Burn. And I think there's a lot in the room So I don't think I was wrong with what I picked.
No.
No.
I just think I had some matchups I wasn't ready for. Like, I never played Terror except on like MTGO once, and it wasn't even with fairies. And then like Walls I've never played against with fairies, so just some matchups maybe I just didn't know.
That matchup is not great.
Yeah, walls is hard to navigate around too, especially if it's not something you have played before or anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, I've played Walls before. I know how to interact with this. Nah, I was wrong.
Yeah. But no, big congrats for like the awesome turnout, and congrats for top 8ing it as well. So that sounds like an amazing weekend just to see it all, like all that work come together, and then also doing well is winning at Magic is pretty fun too, turns out.
Yeah. I'm also curious how you're feeling as an organizer after this big event, and if there are like one or two things you could share that maybe you wish you had known before you got started, or if you have like a couple pieces of advice for people who are looking to do the same thing.
Yeah, I do have a couple actually. So like I said, there's some problems with the rewards and stuff like that. I kind of wish I did the poster. It's kind of hard. I wish I was a little more vague with the pricing until it got like wired down. This is one thing that I really realized that I kind of messed up on, because I had a lot of questions like, where are these altered sneaky snackers? And I had to explain like, hey, they're technically altered. They're technically proxies. Everybody's getting one, so not just first place. So I don't think anybody really was too upset about it. But that was one thing I kind of felt bad about. But besides that, I don't think there's too much more I was too upset about. Like I was expecting 20 people at max. So when they said 40, I started having a panic attack. So that was pretty cool. But I mean, I was excited.
It felt like you bit off a little more for a brief second.
A little bit, because it's not every day, you have people calling you saying, hey, I want to get into this tournament. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to say no.
yeah. Too bad. You should get on it. Dude, that's a Magic player. Magic players love signing up at the last minute.
Yeah, we're struggling with that at this current
moment. I found that out.
Yeah. That is something that happens here quite a bit too. And then it's funny when people have shocked Pikachu face when the event sells out that they wanted to participate in.
Weird. It's almost like you should have signed up when signups were posted.
Correct.
Yeah. I
was like, we had a local guy that said he wanted to sign up and didn't sign up and missed the entry, and I was like, dude, you knew about this tournament before we even posted about it.
I think a lot of people, I guess, are probably around my demographic of people coming from like the pre-COVID era are very used to just being able to walk into a store and just play in an event.
Yep.
So signing up in advance for an event is just not something people do or did.
Right.
Other than like huge like GPs and the like.
Right, but stores want to know that they have X amount guaranteed to come in, so they know what to be prepared for, and there's all the logistics, and
I think that's more of a focus now, which is a great thing.
Like
no arguments,
especially
no
like
arguments. I think
things.
I totally agree. I think it's a fantastic thing to do.
But I agree. I think it's kind of that's been the mentality.
For
previously.
Do you hear that, listeners? If you're going to NRG, sign up.
Yeah, you can sign up. The link is in the description for the NRG Indie Commons at the Capitol. Prizes up to a 2K. It's a Pauper event we're hosting with NRG at their Indianapolis event. It's Sunday, June 29th at noon. You can sign up in the description below.
If you're going to Team Trios next weekend, sign up.
Yeah, that too. In-game.
Currently, I have already locked top 4.
For what?
Because there's
Trios.
only 4 teams signed up.
Oh, geez.
I was like,
Team Trios?
Yeah, currently I am locked for top 4.
Jesus.
Anyway,
I was the first team to sign up.
Any other notes to share? Anything else you want to shout out, Alex, before we dive into our little recap here?
Yeah, just a couple things I want to shout out. I want to shout out my buddy Tony and his lovely wife Christina for making the Pauper tokens for us. That was awesome.
Hell
That's our we had like a little food token with the peppercini on it. It was great.
That's really cool.
My friend Christian, my friend Christian also did the Writhing Chrysalis art, which was great. And also love to shout out the store. They Eric, the owner, was great on helping set up, and so was Nikita being a great judge. And we hope to do another one, hopefully in November. I don't want to say any date because I'm not for sure. But it sounds like we're going to try and open it up to like at least 80 because there's a banquet hall down the road. So
hell yeah,
might
that's
just
really cool.
up it up.
Yeah, that's really cool. If you could double it, that'd be nutty. No, it's really cool. It's helpful to have a LGS in your area that is really open to what the community wants, and especially when you show them that it is something people will show up for. It's really cool to have that space and have the owner be willing to use their space for that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, beautiful.
Fantastic.
Shout. And any like socials or anything you want to plug to?
No, I don't really have any socials. I'm not really like.
You were pretty active.
Yeah,
I
mean, I have socials, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just post on them.
Yeah, that's what they're there for anyway.
It's like that's all I like doing. Is just being silly online. So I'm not gonna give you any valid information besides that.
That's very fair, very fair. Like Hippo said, you're pretty active in the Discord too. So if people want to go ask you questions on that, go pop in the Discord. You can ask Alex. You can ask Mitch. You can ask Thomas.
It's true. You can.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, don't know the level of information you'd get from him, but
he loves it. He tells me that.
Yeah. I think we're gonna transition to quickly go over our locals. I think we're gonna call a wrap. Alex, feel free if you want to shoot the crap with us and want to hear about what we did. Feel free to stay around. That sounds like a plan.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I guess I'll go first because I had the more middling result of the three of us this month. So this was our monthly local Pauper event at the Game Cave in Nashville / Donaldson, Tennessee. Tennessee. What's wrong with me today?
You're the
southern.
only 10 I see.
Ooh,
In Nashville, Tennessee.
Actually, there's 2 10s I see. But yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like 8.5 at best. I'm kidding. That was so mean.
Don't talk about our guests like that.
Rude. You know I was talking about you. All right. I'm kidding. Anyway, we played some Pauper. And had a good time. Vibes were good. There was like 20 plus however many people. So it was 5 rounds, cut to top 8. I brought the Black Mage's Rod deck, as I alluded to on the episode last week when James and I were chatting about stuff. I decided to, I saw a trophy list from Heisen on like release day of Final Fantasy, playing just Gardens with Black Mage's Rod and cornered by Black Mages. And it looked really sweet, and I've been looking for an excuse to play Gardens for quite some time because I used to identify as a control player in like standards of old with like Esper Dragons and Torrential Gear Hulk and like those eras of standard.
I thought you only knew how to play mono red decks.
Yeah, that's what people seem to believe when all my best results are with Seachrome Coast. So I played this Gardens version, and it was very fun. It was totally fine. I went 2-2, and then in the last round wasn't at a high enough table to have my win to 3-2 count. There were a couple draws among the top tables, so no 3-2s were going to get in. So just ended up leaving after that. I won my first 2 rounds. I played against a newer player playing kind of like black-green homebrew cards he owned. Just like a little bit of like an aggro, life gain, life drain stuff going on. I just kind of did just cast good spells and just played safely and 2-0'd there. And then round 2, I got paired against James Hippo Hieronymus. And we had a very strange match in that game 1, I got very lucky in a number of spots. You were stalled on lands for a little. Yes. And then I had removal for, I'll let you share more about your deck later, but I had removal for you continuing to try and stick your important threats to try and get back in the game.
Y'all were arguing like a married couple. Like I could overhear it. It was me and Ryan.
Neither of us can talk to each other when we're playing Magic, so there's going to be communication issues that occur.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Me and Ryan looked at each other, and I'm like, I don't think they like each other. And Ryan asked me, he asked, do they sit next to each other on the podcast? And I'm like, thankfully not. They sit across from each other. Usually I guess here too, either at Tom's or my place. Me and Hippo are on the couch, and
Yeah.
Tom's is on a chair.
I'm over here with all the tech.
Yeah, the tech guy.
Yeah.
Guy in the chair.
And
But
you,
yeah,
you
no.
guys isolate him.
Yeah, we have to.
You gotta
His
keep-
anger
Gotta
issues.
keep me separated.
Eh.
But yeah, I was playing a little loose. Definitely should read how Last Rites works. There were a number of things that came up that like timing and stuff, and James was very patient, and we ended up getting there. In game 2, I only lost because
I'm an idiot. Well, I'll explain. I'll explain
James
further
will
on my
explain
side
later. But James mulligans to 4 and ends the game with 3 cards in his library. It was an
that was
insane game
funny.
2. It was a very long game.
I was watching at that point. That was really
yeah.
funny.
It was insane. But due to James's only due to James's mishap, that match ended with a win in my column rather than a draw. And then I lost to the mirror. Just kind of got outvalued, and in game 2, I after duressing, I brought in duress specifically to fight the blood fountains in the mirror, and it worked on with a turn 1 duress to get nab a blood fountain when I was on the play, and saw a troublemaker oof and played my artifact land as my 3rd land instead of holding it for my 4th land to be able to slam Pact Altair when I know he didn't have any answers in his hand. And I don't know what happened, a short circuit in my brain, played the Vault of Whispers, and he kind of like, huh? And then like played troublemaker oof, kill your land, and I was like, yeah, I knew that was there. God damn. So that set me far enough back where I wasn't able to get back into the game quite as effectively.
Those looked like good games too. It was
Yeah, they
interesting.
were
I was
fine
watching a
games.
little
Just
bit
like
of those.
yeah, they were fine games. But he was on.
It's a
he
weird
was-
space to navigate with the Pact Altairs. Like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
watching, it looked like I'm like, oh, it
It
looks
kept
like
going back and forth and back and forth.
At one of the games I started watching, I'm like, looks like Thomas can like pull back into this, and your opponent had a Pact Altair in play, and looks like you were getting some cards. And I looked at life totals, and you were at 2, and I'm like, oh no, yeah.
yeah.
You were at 2 passing the turn while they had a Pact
Right.
Pact Altair in play.
Like there was a point in game 1 where he gained 25 life off of Crypt Rat's toxin analysis.
That's cool.
And I just like if he had like I had him down to 3 by the end right before I died, and it was like, whew. So lots of little small things, but wasn't able to clutch it up in the end. And then round 4, I lost to Madness Burn in the hands of Shelby, who's a local who shows up to pretty much only play Pauper, and at this point,
used to be a commander player. I played with him pre-COVID actually.
Yeah,
a fair amount.
very chill dude.
Yeah, super cool. To play
Yeah,
with.
it was a really close match. Weather the Storm performed as you would expect in game 2, and he was able to duress the second one in my hand in game 3 in a really clutch spot to kind of clinch him the win in our game 3. But it was a sick match. And then round 5, get paired against our friend of the pod, Devin, and I was like, "You got it. I want to go eat Dan's pork butt." And
You ate
Mr.
Dan's
Bitter,
butt.
we went to eat Dan's butt because we also went to a birthday barbecue after. So I was
did.
like, we want to go early. And Bitter also played, and I'll let James James tell the fun little story of Bitter's tournament experience this time around. But Bitter also was 2-2 and could not get a win and into top 8, so we left early to get
oh
over
man,
to Dan's party.
Bitter started off strong.
He did. He also
did.
started 2-0 and then lost. So.
Is that alum of the podcast, Thomas Bitter?
Alum of the podcast, Mr.
Yeah,
Thomas
it's
Bitter.
true.
Yes. But that was my Pauper. And our friend of the pod, Mr. Burr. Also, we were kind of chatting all week. He was also very interested in playing Black Mage's Rod, and he ended up sticking with the Glaze Fiend version. We both were not very impressed by Cornered by Black Mages by the end of it. It just felt it seems fine. It was good against you. Yeah, if your opponent's just playing like one big creature at a time, totally fine.
If your
But
opponent's
there
playing
were a lot of spots where I had to work to make it a
Make it good.
reasonable card. And you really want your cards in a deck like Gardens to just all be good naturally. So that was a little tough. I'm sure there's a shell where maybe it performs a little better. The rods were great. Black Mage's Rod paired with Pact Altair did look very good. Like that, that felt good.
So I did so obviously I haven't played against you, and then watching some of John Burr's games as well. That card does look impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I'd be interested in trying it and maybe a little bit more. Jay and I were chatting about like a blue-black version with counterspells like Metallic Rebuke. Like that plays really well with like Blood Fountain and stuff like that. So
It does.
You know, that's kind of interesting because I was like, I'm getting enough damage in with like all these pings, but like I kind of need to be able to deal with some unfair stuff too, and that's something that Gardens can have a really hard time dealing with. So
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but otherwise the deck was fine. Garden's Experience was fine. I think if you want to play a control deck like this, you should probably just play Wildfires though.
Yeah, that's really
Makes
good.
sense.
Yeah.
Do you want to go next?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Cameron?
Yeah,
I'll
you,
go
Cameron
next.
Schindler.
I decided to just default the best deck in the format.
You did not just decide to default to it. You were kind of forced into defaulting to
What
it.
do you mean? Why?
I got a message from Cameron the night before. He's like, "Hey, can I borrow 2 mass vandals?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you." Come in the next day. He's like, "I don't need those," and I was like, "I know exactly why you don't need those. Nothing further to say there."
I didn't have time to put together walls. I was going to play some walls and have time to put together. I had a really busy weekend. So, didn't play walls. I decided to play old trusty Naya Gates because I had this deck put together for a while and it's something I wanted to play at locals. But I felt like the last couple locals, it's like we did like the Brew episode and then I played Flickertron.
Yeah.
And then last month I played Madness. So Madness was like my first time in 2 months was like playing something that I wanted to play. So it's like I want not to play just a random brew deck and not have it work out really well. So I decided to play Naya Gates this time. Just like I said, I didn't put together walls. So I'm like, let's do something really weird. I gave Devin Ponza. I was debating on playing that. I was debating on playing Fog again because I really do enjoy Fog. But there is something about finishing rounds.
In time.
Not in time. Preferably out of time. Like, I'm not in time when I finish the round.
Well, out of time would mean you ran out of time.
Yeah, but if you say we're in time now. We're in turns, I guess.
Well, yeah, we finished rounds in time.
Yeah. I got in time and in turns confused. Finishing rounds of Magic with clock left is pretty nice. And plus I have these
What's that like?
Yeah, exactly. I had these really sexy white bordered Writhing Chrysalis. Our friend Holden, she gave them to me.
Oh, yeah. Those are sick.
And I whiteboarded some Spawn tokens to match them, so I was really excited to play those. The deck worked a lot better than I thought it would. It was really fun just being able, having your lands come to play tapped, I think you have your 4 Basilisk Gates and 3 or 4 basics, and those are the only lands that come into play untapped. And it is nice to have one of those so you could play one of your 3 drops on turn 3 or your Chrysalis on turn 4. So having one of those is really nice. But being able to play the game plan against control-y decks where I can play a Sacred Cat, and if I think you're holding up a counterspell or something, I won't cast anything. I'll just pump up the cat, and the game's gonna go on for a while. So if you want to spend a lightning bolt or a cast down, you can cast down my Sacred Cat, idiot. It might be what you have to do, but like that's you want to force your opponent into that game plan because you want to get into these grindy games where you're just getting through with a Spawn token with 2 Basilisk Gates. Whatever is left over is lethal threats with Basilisk Gates. And I kind of like miss that old gameplay from Cog Gates, and so it's kind of fun doing that on a different aspect, but almost playing toward more mid-rangey without the counterspells.
Okay.
And just playing good cards like Militia Bugler, grabbing Writhing Chrysalis happened 3 times in one game, and it was really funny. So my round 1, I played against a person named Jonathan. It was his first constructed tournament. He was playing Mono Blue Terror. He played really well. He even asked me, he's like, was there anything that was just a glaring misplay on my part you saw? I'm like, no, like you like remember your Delver triggers, which is like, hell, I'll forget Delver triggers sometimes. It's fun drawing cards, just rip it off, And I'm like, the brainstorm, like you could like be a little more tricky with your brainstorms. I knew you had a Lorien Revealed that you could shuffle away the brainstorm with if you didn't want the cards, but I didn't even know if you wanted the cards or not. So he seemed like he was doing pretty well. I got there. That was like the matches where 3 Militia Buglers found 3 Writhing Chrysalises, and you didn't have a counterspell for the Chrysalises, so that blocks terrors pretty good. Yeah. Round 2, I played against friend of the pod, Holden. the one who gave me the Writhing Chrysalises.
Lovely.
Yep. And she was on blue-red Scred. She dumpstered me turn 1 on or game 1. She dumpstered me on the end of her turn, my turn 4. She breath weapons and Screds and Missile Bugler and just clears my board that way. And untaps, goes terror, terror, terror. And I'm like, ugh.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, and I played a Gatecreeper Vine and a Sacred Cat, and they swung, and I blocked and drew and just looked at the board. I'm like, yeah, I'm not winning this game.
Yeah, no. That's over.
So, went to game 2. My Relic kept her off terrors, and they had some low counter magic, so I was able to get their off threats, like my Writhing Chrysalis is resolved, and that's really good. I put Gates plus Buglers and Cats got there. So just being able to dodge counter spells and getting a really big kitty cat across the board. Game 3, I kept the worst hand I've ever kept in a game of Magic and got incredibly rewarded.
Oh, you showed me this.
Yeah, my hand was
I gotta see what this hand is then.
Plains, Basilisk Gate, Relic of Progenitus, Thraben Inspector, 3 Malevolent Rumbles. So I can cast 2 spells in my hand.
I would have probably kept that.
Yeah, that's insane. If you never draw a green
You
source.
have the Relic, you have the Thraben, you can crack the clue.
That was my thought.
Totally fine.
The Thraben was probably a trap. So turn 1.
I don't think so.
Turn 1, I went Plains Relic. Because I
makes
don't.
sense.
You don't want to get it annulled at any point or whatever. Spell Pierce.
Yeah, because they tapped out for a Preordain. They were on the play. So I'm like, I need to see this
just
Relic
get
in.
it in.
So if they have a fast star, I can do that. Again, this Relic held me off forever. I think the very next turn, I played the Basilisk Gate and just played the Thraben Inspector pass. And then I ripped a Cliff Gate. So the one that starts on red. And just play that name green. I'm like, phew, okay. And I had 2 mana clack the clue. I sighed a sigh of relief, and they had she had a really, really good hand too. And had really good interactive pieces, preordains, counter spells and stuff. But my Malevolent Rumble found me a Guardian of the Guild pack that she did not see game 1 and 2. And if that resolves against any of the terror variants, maybe not black, but if this resolves against blue-red Scred, I'm gonna win the game. And I found a red Elemental Blast, and they passed the turn with 2 mana up, and I played the Guardian of the Guild pack. They tried to counter it, and I countered it. I countered their counter magic, and then just pumped it with Gates, and it's pretty good.
Wait, you're telling me the pro monocolor creature is great?
Oh man, I forgot how good that card was.
The card's incredibly good.
I think the format has forgotten how good that card is.
That card is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
That card should not be lost to time. That card's incredibly powerful.
Honestly, I picked a very good room to play this deck.
You sure did.
Walls would have been a disaster. There were so many Card Clan Shamans.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
You don't want to be playing Walls and a Card Clan Shamans, and they're control-y decks, especially Blue-Red Terror, where they can just...
Ryan also played a blue-black version.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of
just a lot
Sneaky
of
Snacker Terror.
a lot of strong control-y clocky decks,
Yeah.
plus a lot of Jund Wildfires. So really glad I played Naya Gates, because again, please kill my Sacred Cat. I do not care. Game 3, or that was game 3. Round 3, I played against friend of the pod, Anna. She was on Jund Wildfire, and I was playing Naya Gates. So Anna's a very good Magic player, and I was prepped in for, it's going to be a long, grindy one.
Mm-hmm.
We were the first ones done.
Yeah, that was wild.
That I ended up taking that match 2-0. Just game 1, I played my lands in a way where turn 4 I had an untapped land to play, and I'm looking at this Writhing Chrysalis and this Guardian of the Guild pack. And maybe we've seen a downtick of Guardian of the Guild pack because of Writhing Chrysalis. Because it makes 2 spawns to block it, and then...
And it can block it too.
It'll probably kill it, the second one at least. If you're not pumping it with the gate, it will kill it if you're not pumping it with the gate.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this Writhing Chrysalis. I'm like, this is probably just better into her Writhing Chrysalis if she has one. So if I go Chrysalis, she goes Chrysalis, I can just untap and play another Chrysalis and hopefully just outgrow her that way. But if she doesn't have it, I'm just going to win the game. And so I just played the Guardian of the Guild back, and she did not have it. I played a second Basilisk Gate, and I just put all my mana into it 2 turns in a row and killed her. Game 2 went exactly the same way. I had a choice on turn 4 between Writhing Chrysalis and Guardian of the Guild Pack. I'm like, well, this worked pretty good the first time. Let's do it the second time.
Sure.
And from then on out, just put all my mana into it and just kept swinging at her. And she looks at the bottom of her library, and she's like, all 10 of my Chrysalises were in the bottom of my library. Or all 4 of them were in the bottom 10 of my library. She was not playing 10 Writhing Chrysalises.
You're really, really good at cutting your opponent's deck.
Yeah.
is
Hey,
what
to
that
be
means.
fair, she was going on that. And I'm like, hey, one of my Malevolent Rumbles, like a milled, like dust to dust, cast in a fire, and like another non-hit, or a Militia Bugler hit that. And I'm like, and I put all my sideboard cards in the bottom. And I'm like, you're lucky I didn't Stone Rain you twice out of this game.
Fair.
But so that was kind of unlucky of her to just never see that, and just kind of feels bad. Your opponent just plays one card, and then that one card just wins the game. But that's what Guardian of the Guild Pack has been doing for a while now. So went 3-0, double drew in, got my Final Fantasy packs, and our front of the pod, Drew, our father, was happy to buy them from me. So I said, let's go.
Guess what? He'll probably do it again next month.
Cool.
So, my turn. I said I did not play the deck that I said I was going to play.
Best deck in the format. I should play it. Sorry.
I did not play the deck that I said I was going to play for a couple of reasons. I did not get, and still have not gotten, and I did not realize that I had done this, is I told you on Saturday about my land situation.
Yeah.
Huh?
Who?
Thomas.
Oh, okay.
So I told Thomas about my land situation. I purchased from this seller on TCG Player on like the 27th. Or sorry, I made the initial purchase on the 23rd for some
May?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the 23rd of May for some those Tempest basics.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I went to check. I was like, man, these have taken forever. I mean, I get this is kind of an awkward order, but like, surely there's a way to like ship these and it makes sense. So I went back and looked and made sure. I saw that the shipping label was created on like the 27th, and I was just like, this is weird. And so I started doing some digging, and I found out they had like some really negative reviews as of the last few months or whatever. And so I also did not realize that I had, in a separate purchase, purchased my Gutter Snipes also from them. So there's where my Gutter Snipes were that I was going to play.
So those are still up in the air?
Actually, I just got a message back from them. I'd already ordered all of my basics again, but I'm just going to
Refund?
I'm just going to get a refund.
Yeah.
But they actually just messaged me back while we were recording.
Oh, fun.
But I'm just going to be like, they don't even have the correct number of them in stock anymore. And they said that they've already shipped them. I'm like, no, just not going to bother. But anyways, so I didn't play Gutter Snipe because I didn't have those and whatnot because I'm picky. So I ended up playing I played a league earlier last week where I played for fun. I played like a Boros Gates deck just because I was like, just something fun I can play. I don't have to think too hard about it. It's a fun style of deck that I enjoy playing. And I played against this Tron deck like 3 rounds in a row. And I was just like, I cannot beat this deck with a fair pile of cards. Like, this seems just unlosable as the Tron deck from like playing against just like the fairer piles of cards in the format. So I was like, okay, well, this deck seems really cool. It seems like it's doing really powerful stuff.
I sent you guys like a screenshot I found on Twitter like multiple weeks ago that were like, hey, someone posted this.
Yeah,
they said it
I remember
looks
that.
like the worst deck in the world, but played
It's-
like the best deck in the world.
Yeah, so I end up playing this like, I guess we're calling Bobbletron. Maraudertron, whatever we're going to call it. So I ended up playing that. It's like 4 Fangren Marauder, 2 Quirkland Shaman, 2 Cryptrats for like the creature suite. Plays like 6 or 7 of the draw 2s, and then just like a ton of the like 1 and 2 mana cantrip artifacts.
Yeah.
Specifically highlighting Wizard's Rockets. That card is very important. It's
Yes.
the card that actually lets the deck tick
Yes.
and lets it actually win the game.
What's your win condition? Wizard's Rocket.
Literally.
That's the enabler.
I mean, if you don't have that, you basically aren't winning.
The win condition is Stream of Thought.
Yeah.
The win condition is, well, there's 2 different win conditions.
Well, sure. Yes. Well, yeah, one of the win conditions is just gaining 5 life every single time an artifact goes in the graveyard enough times.
Actually,
that your opponent concedes.
There are four. Well, then there are 4 because Ellison conceded to me just wrathing him in round 1.
Sure.
So I'll start off by saying round 1 I played against our friend of the pod Ellison, who this is his second time playing.
He loves Pauper too. He loves it so much.
He playing Pauper. This is his second time, basically post COVID, playing Pauper, and this is the second time that he has played against me round 1.
That's pretty funny.
And he very nearly considered leaving after he played against me because that was abysmal for him. Because game 1, he gets me to like 2 life because I'm just like, I know the game plan. I was like, I'm just going to dig for a Cart Clan Shaman or a Crypt Rats. It doesn't matter which one. And I'm just going to wrath the board and leave him with nothing. And then he'll be sad and concede. That is exactly what happened. I got down to 2 life. The next turn, I was able to cantrip a couple times, found my whatever wrath of choice, and put him down to like 1 creature in play. And he's just like, yeah, we'll move on with our life. I'm like, cool. I appreciate that. And then game 2, very similar thing. Didn't make me kill him. I think I put like a Franger Marauder in play and just like gained 10 life. He's like, yeah, it's good enough for me.
Oh, yeah.
I think I breath weaponed him and then played a Marauder, and that was over. Round 2, I played against Thomas. Game 1, I kind of just stumbled on lands like a ton. I don't think I missed like my 3rd land drop or something like that.
Yeah, you missed your 4th land drop, which was notably would have been Tron. You had Swamp and 2 Tron lands forever.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
And then game 2, I boarded in 2 Heritage Reclamation, the new card from Dragonstorm. And I boarded out 1 copy of Cart Clan Shaman and 1 copy of Stream of Thought because the deck only plays 2. So we play this super, super long, grindy game.
You mulled to 4.
I did mull to 4. The fact that this deck could just recover from nothing on a mull
Deadly Dispute's really good.
Well, that wasn't why. It was just all these trinkets. Just trinket.
Everything says
draw a card on it.
Yeah, just wouldn't you always stay at 4? If you're playing a land, wouldn't you eventually go down on cards though?
Yeah, I basically never had more than like a couple cards in my hand at any given point in the game. I mean, yes, I'm sure at some point I did cast like one of the draw twos or a couple of them. Obviously,
we got to the end of the game where
I had 3 cards. I knew 2 of the 3 cards in my library.
Yes.
And I had a plan, and I knew because you'd already played the first
campfire,
and I killed it.
Yep.
And then the second one, and I was like, I have a spell bomb for this.
Yes.
I was like, okay, I've got a plan. I'm just gonna like Stream of Thought myself to put all of the cards that are relevant back in my deck now because I now have nothing. I think I had like 8, like somewhere between like 8 to. No, I had. I was gonna do it for 12. I was gonna do it for 12 cards.
Yeah,
but I ended up doing it for 9 because I was like, wait a minute, I can't actually just deck myself here because this will be bad. It'd be too horrendous. Because I forgot I was gonna like draw a card off of something.
For 8 cards.
I was just like, I can't do that.
Yep.
So I was like, I did enough to put like what I thought was enough. Like I'll do all but like 1 card left in my deck.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that'll be the second Stream of Thought.
It had you at 11 cards in library.
Exactly. So I was like, I drew all my cards, got down to 3 cards, and I was like, and then I drew 2 more, and I was like, is it the last card? And I drew the last card with a cantrip or something, and I was like, wait a minute, and then I just have this bewildered look on my face.
Yes. I gotta watch this.
Yeah, I know. And then I just pick up my cards I sideboarded out, and I was like, huh. There's a second Stream of Thought.
You weren't even mad too.
No,
you were hysterically.
I was in disbelief.
Because you got away with it. Because I had you covered, and you're like, oh, I would have campfired. I'm like, I had you covered with the
spell bomb, and I was like, oh yeah.
And I was like, if I just not been an idiot and literally boarded out my win condition,
that's awesome.
It was a time to be had. That would have been a draw.
That deck, there's no way to buy back a Stream of Thought. Without another Stream of Thought? That's insane.
No, there's not.
That's insane.
Because you would. I guess if I boarded in negates, I couldn't have negated my initial copy of Stream of Thought and then do it back. That did not board in negate there.
Mm-hmm. But you might not have done that anyway because you didn't know you forgot you sideboarded out the other one. So it's like
I was like the further and further this game kept going. I was like, that's going to be my win condition.
Yeah.
Just like Stream of Thoughting him through. Well, actually, at one point, I thought I was going to be able to get you without the campfire because I beat the first one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll just be able to get him. And then you were like, the turn I had that, it was the turn you ripped another campfire. And I'm like, okay. Next game plan, put a bomb in play, and then try to find the second stream of thought, then kill you. That didn't happen. Anyways, Thomas got me there. Round 3, I played against Jonathan, which is John Burr's friend.
Yep.
On Blue Terror. I kind of had to explain what my deck was doing because it's not super obvious. He'd never played against a Tron land before. He was just a limited player. I did take this one 2-0. Nothing particularly notable here.
Hard for a tempo deck to really come back when a Tron deck is making that much mana and going through stuff that efficiently, and it's just dealing with stuff that's natural. Like, you're just already playing like the Krark Clan and Crypt Rats like stuff, like that's really good against Terror in general. And then Fingered Marauder gaining just even just 10 points of life.
Yeah,
that is able to stick like really, really hard for Terror.
There were like 3 cards that got countered in game 1, and then I stuck like one thing, and one thing was enough.
Yep.
In game 2, I won the game. We were both at an equal life total, and I was like, I have this Crypt Rat sitting on board and this Hunter's Blowgun in play. And I was like, all right, strap up this Crypt Rats, attack. And he was like, yeah, I'll take it. I was like, so now he's at 15 and I'm at 17. And I was like, crack this Wizard's Rockets for 15 mana. 15 black mana. And I was like, dome you with Crypt Rats for lethal.
I also overheard you say that one. I'm like, that's pretty sick.
Nice.
I was like, I'll dome you for whatever your life total is. So I got that one. Round 4, I have my notes. Who did I play against?
You took notes.
Just for my matchups. Oh, I played against Aiden, who was on Blue-Red Terror. Game 1 went really long. I ended up there was a Monarch battle that occurred. Well, it wasn't a battle. It was just I took the Monarch one turn and kept it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you never gave it up.
I never gave it up.
Next to you that one.
No, I did not give that one up. I was like, no, I don't think so. Game 2, he got me. I did not have enough time to set up stuff. And then I think I do a Murmuring Mystic. That sounds right. Yeah, I just got overwhelmed by a Murmuring Mystic to lose. And then game 3 ended up in turns, and I had exactly enough mana to perfectly Stream of Thought him to death. What? I don't know why I keep killing myself by trying to play Stream of Thought decks, but I have broken my streak. This is the first time that I've played Tron at our locals and finally gotten a top 8.
There you go.
So I finally broke that streak, and we split top. Or Cameron, I was going to play you round 5, and we split, and then we split top 8.
Oh yeah, we did get paired.
We did get paired. Yeah, I was like, I need a brain rest.
Yes.
So I played some. I brought my Switch with me, so I played some.
And then you joined us at Dan's.
And then I joined you at Dan's. Yeah,
for a little barbecue and cube draft.
And my lord, Anna and I played the worst Magic imaginable. We grid drafted our friend Joseph's Theros Cube.
Mm-hmm.
This is hilarious.
And this was abysmal.
No, this is just pure gold.
This was gold.
Yeah.
Game 1, I win. I land a Prognostic Sphinx.
3 blue, 3/5 flyer. It has hexproof if it's untapped.
No. You have to discard a card.
Discard a card to tap it and give it hexproof.
Tap it, give it hexproof.
Yes.
And then when it attacks, you scry 3.
Yeah.
This card is a house.
It was a house.
That card was
back
a
in the day.
house. She conceded to it immediately. Literally, as soon as it hit the table, she's like, I can't beat that card.
Yep. I saw that happen.
I was like, cool. And then game 2, she double else with me, I think. And then I was like, yep, I'm good. And then game 3 went on for what felt like an eternity. And I eventually won the game. We probably had less than 10 cards left apiece. There's a green 1-drop. I don't even remember the card name, but it has Heroic, and it says whenever you target it, you can dump X into it and give it that many counters.
Yep.
Well, I had a Crewfix, the Crewfix God, in play for basically the entire game from turn 5 on, and so I had been dumping mana into this thing for however many turns that was. So I probably had over 100 floating mana.
Yeah.
Like he when you told me that story, I thought you were gonna be like, oh, I had 30 mana banked up, but it's like, no, I had an actual 100, and that's
no, because I just had I also had a Nykthos in play, so I had some Green Devotion.
Uh-huh.
So I was just like, I don't know, float however much per turn. I was like,
Yeah.
I probably had something close to 100.
Yeah.
And then there was a turn, I was just like waiting and waiting. We were both just basically just drawing and passing, like forever. And then I find this dinky +2/+2 reach creature that I was like, oh, this actually targets this idiot. I can actually do something with this
finally,
now.
yeah.
I was like, finally. I was like,
one of the
I was like,
dryads.
attach, pay
A
all of
bajillion.
my floating mana
Make it huge. kill
into
you.
this thing, attach a Shadow Spear to this,
Whoa.
attack.
What did Joseph have to say about that?
He's like, that looked awful.
That's
This was
funny.
not meant to be grid drafted. I'm like, I agree.
Yeah. That's
But it was
awesome.
still cool. That the ending was cool.
It was a very fun time at Dan's. We drafted his new Dune cube with like some modified companion rules. It's a desert cube.
Desert
It was really
Cube.
fun.
There's no blue. It's all based off of the Dune series.
Yeah, it's
really, really
fun.
cool. Very thematic.
Yes, our friend Matt was like, yeah, Headliner Scarlet is one of the companions, and I'm like,
Yeah.
companion a Headliner Scarlet you just get to pick up for 2 mana at instant speed.
His
Sign-
mono red deck looked very strong.
Sign me up.
Yeah, his mono red deck looked very strong. I drafted like this really sweet like black green Cameron's peasant cube black green archetype with like a few cool rares and Thoughtsy
And strip mine.
and strip mine. Sure. I did pack one pick on strip mine with Scintillas watching because he had trophied the first draft that went on while we were at we were at Pauper, and he beat Carson in the trophy match. And he kind of won most of his matches because he had Strip Mine and Wasteland in his deck.
And it's also a Desert Cube, so
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah, so
those are
Mana's
both
hard.
essentially just Strip Mine anyways.
exactly.
Yeah, man is really rough. Yeah.
Yeah, like I that was an interesting thing where I didn't end up. I wasn't in a spot where I like prioritized forests, so I had to be a primarily black deck because I had plenty of swamps. It was like a really interesting way to like think about it. It was
Yeah,
the
I
first time
gotta-
I drafted a Desert Cube.
Same, and I got a Tectonic Edge or Overgrown Tomb. That'd be your
Yeah,
only green
yeah.
source, and that just
I would have been able to kill your
Instantly,
Sheltered by
yeah.
Ghost on the next turn. I had to,
Yeah,
I had to naturalize my hand.
that instantly won me the game.
Yeah.
I forgot. So I was tasked with alum of the pod, Thomas Bitter, to build him a deck
Oh yes.
for
Oh,
Pauper.
yes.
We'll close out with this.
For Pauper.
You splice
And-
it in, or no? Just put it here. Just keep it here.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Splice it in.
Well, you can put it wherever you want. The world's your
This
oyster.
is where
And-
it lives, baby.
I probably know Thomas Bitter more than anybody else does. And I was like, I want to build him a deck that is not only a deck I kind of wanted to play myself, I'll be honest, because I did buy the cards for it. And I was just like,
You
this deck
did.
looks very cool. I met Thomas playing Modern, and his weapon of choice back in the day
And
is,
still to this
still
day.
is, if you give him the opportunity, is Infect. And I was like, what can I do in this vein that is close to
Because
Infect?
he has also played Infect in Pauper, and he plays Poison Storm quite often as well.
Yes, so he has done that. I was like, what is the closest thing I can give him to that is just like not that though? I was like, Tireless Tribe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I spilled the beans the night before because I couldn't help myself. I was like, I can't just like let him go in completely blind to not know how any of this works.
He's gonna draw his open seven.
He's gonna be like, what the
hell?
Pardon me, he'd be like, what the f is whiteout in here for?
Yeah, for real. For real.
So I had to explain like what whiteout was and da 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 da. He had started off 2-0.
He was having a blast.
He was
so happy.
over the moon, and I was just like, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. And then the wheels fell off.
Yeah, then he and I both had the 2-0 to 2-2 to leave.
That's a classic RCQ pattern.
It
is.
But
he enjoyed his time. I'm glad he enjoyed his time. That deck is very cool.
He looked like he was having fun. Even
yeah,
when
he
was.
lost. Like, we
That was the
ran
goal. I
around.
was like, you're either going to have like an awesome time today, or you were just going to have the worst time today.
I was watching him
One
play
of the two.
Ryan, and like he was going for the combo one turn. Ryan had double counterspell, and Thomas Bitter just kind of like silently passes the turn, and Ryan just puts his hands and like waves them around his terrors.
just like taps like I have these terrors in play.
Like he didn't say anything.
No.
He just like waved his hands and pointed to his terrors, and Dom just picks up his card. It was really funny.
that was really good.
It was a really funny
So,
interaction.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got to do that. Make use of my Tireless Tribe cards that I purchased. 'Cause
Yeah.
I sure did not purchase those $7 circular logics for my health.
Why was it $7?
Because of, I would imagine pre-modern if I had to take a
Yes.
guess.
Oh, but you
absolutely.
bought the
I bought original whatever.
You're right.
Pre-modern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would imagine that's
Because
pre-modern.
they're 25 cents from DMU.
Yeah, I didn't want those. I want the original because I'm a
yes.
snob.
Yeah, you are.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't play Madness, because I wanted very particular gutter snipes.
That's funny.
So
I found one in my box.
I did not want to play against Bitter on that playing my gate tab.
yeah, that would have been
tab.
horrendous for you.
you would have just died.
Yeah, you would have died on like turn 3.
Yeah, that would have been yucky.
That would have been very funny.
It was fun. It was a fun month.
Yeah, very
good
good.
room.
Fun
good
month. The
good
whole
vibes.
month has been good. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's been a good June.
A fun
okay.
monthly.
It's okay.
Yeah, June's been fine.
We get to play some more Pauper this coming weekend, Cameron.
Yeah, you guys have team trios.
Oh, we do have team trios.
We have team trios coming up. I already have my deck sleeved up for ready to go.
I do not. I don't know how I'm playing.
My teammates did not tell me no, so I have already sleeved up my deck.
I kind of want to
Nice.
run back Fog again, not going to lie.
There you
I
go.
feel like I could do better.
Please
with it.
do.
Okay.
And also one last shout out in a couple of weeks on June 29th on that Sunday at noon at NRG Indy, we're going to be having our Comments at the Capitol event that we're co-hosting with NRG. So hope y'all can come through. Alex, are you around in a couple weeks for Indy? Are you thinking of making the trek down?
I have a flight to Florida next week, and I will be coming back, I believe, literally that day. So I would love to make it.
So you're
but I
changing
will
your
not.
flight to land in Indy is what
That's
you're
what
telling
it sounds
me.
like to me.
Hey, if you guys are paying for me and my fiance to come, sure, why
All
not?
right, cool. We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
Our people talk to your
Okay,
people.
easy.
For people.
Okay. You guys talk to her. All right, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, again, huge shout out and thank you to Alex for coming on. Congratulations for the Pauper-oncini event. And can't wait to hear about the next one.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be fun. Be a blast. Hopefully you guys are there.
That would be
I'd
awesome.
love to be there.
Yeah, awesome sauce.
If you made it this far, thank you so much. If you got any questions, you should join our Discord. You could talk to us, talk to kind people like Alex, Mitch, Callie Kais.
Tons of great people in there.
Awesome people. A lot of the people we call alum of the pod, in front of the pod, they're all in there chatting up too. It's really fun. It's really cool how many people are in there. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I'm not always great with articulating words, but it is really cool. I think it is something special. Like I feel like we built that little community up. Yeah, and it's really cool to see the relationship.
It got a lot bigger than I thought it would.
Yeah, me too.
Things have gotten a lot bigger than I thought they would.
Folks are like developing their own stuff.
I did hear something that warmed my heart a little bit, actually, while I was playing. Friend of the pod, Paul, said that he's like, when are the playmats coming out? Because I will be the first to get one.
Ooh.
Okay, I gotta talk about this. I also agree with this because we held up the dive down playmat for our top 8 picture, and that didn't feel right. I was playing Pauper, man. Well, I need something to hold up.
All right.
We'll have to find some artists. Some artistes.
Maybe an incentive for a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, we all need to get our lives settled first.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm moving.
All of us are gonna be.
We're all
three of us
moving
are
within the
moving.
next like month.
In Nashville still.
Yeah,
All
not
moving.
far, but
Yeah. Go join there. Go talk to us. Awesome people.
Yep.
Find out bug us about playmats. If you got any questions, you don't want to have Discord, you don't want to make a Discord or whatever, all cool. You can send them to commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com. Leave us some stars on Spotify. All 5 of them. We deserve it. Damn it. You can put words on there. Apple Podcast. Work both ways when you cross the streets.
Work both ways?
You better work both ways.
I don't work the streets. I do look at the streets.
You got to work left, right, and then left again before you continue working.
I am sick and tired of you trying to govern me, both of you.
Remain ungovernable.
I can't even get you to look 3 messages up in a
No,
Discord
you
server.
can't.
I love that you still don't even know who won that RCQ.
Yeah, dude, Drew.
Oh, okay. You figured it out. You did your work. You became governable.
I became governor. No, I asked
Incredible.
Drew, the Pauper.
Oh.
Thank you all so much. And thank you again, Alex.
All right, peace out, y'all. Alex, thank you again, buddy. This is a great chat.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, take it easy.
Thank you.
Love the pod, by the way.
you.
It's
Peace out,
great.
Thank you, Alex.
Later.
Have a great night, mine.
Thank you. Take it easy. Bye.
Have a great night. What the f-
No, so you just count to 4. You just count by, like, you just count your lands. That's how you do the math.
Stopping the
You pay for
recording.
the first one.